My name is Mike Andes. I'm the founder of Augusta Lawn Care. We have over 150 locations around the world. Today, we're in New Orleans with Trinity Tree Care.
I've been in business for 3 years.
What am I doing?
September, I got burnt out.
What am I to do?
I just kind of quit.
We're traveling across the country, trying to visit with small businesses that are struggling and failing.
Last year was a year that I wanted to quit.
You care about people, but we need the business to be successful.
It's just not working for the business.
First off, there's no profit.
The same amount I put out, I did $350,000 last year, is the same amount we made. Should I go get a regular job?
Secondly, they just signed up for a $120,000 piece of equipment, all on debt.
I'm about to spend another $250,000. Truth is, I can't afford it.
And third, the salesperson that they do have,
I'm 51, but I'm good at sales. I know business. You can't afford me.
it actually costs more for their wages than the total revenue that they've brought to the business.
I hired somebody in sales. It didn't go too well.
We'll have jobs where
Appointments.
she kind of underbids a little bit.
Show up to the job was underbid by $2,000 or so.
Why do we still have a salesperson?
Let's see if we can turn things around. And of course, the day we show up, we have severe weather warning on the horizon.
What's up, Cody? How's it going? Good to see you, man.
How's it going, man?
Nothing like a little Louisiana weather. How's it going, guys?
All right, Mike, this is CJ.
CJ, good to meet you. You've been around for a long time, I hear.
Yeah, my name is CJ. My actual name or full name is Clarence Jarrett Sentinel.
CJ's awesome. He's been somebody that's loyal, dependable.
I feel like he's jokingly telling me like I'm the stump grinder manager or whatever, but I've just been, working with Cody for about 3 years now. This spring will make it 3 years.
Hey, CJ, I need you to go run here. It's gonna get done, and very seldom does he have to call me back. I appreciate that.
Ricky?
Yeah.
Lewis and
Rand.
Rand. Was it Rand? R-A-N-D? Oh, Randy. Got it.
Pops, man, I want to honor my father in the midst of what I'm going through, even if this isn't what he wants. Like, hey, look, I'm thankful for all the hard work you put in to get us here and all the sacrifices you made.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard being up under somebody like Cody, his dad, who's been doing it for decades now, being around them and just trying to understand the business.
But now we're at a place where we're separate businesses. I'm able to do the work and serve other people. He's able to do his work because he still cuts trees. So in a way, he's my competition, but we work together rather than burning a bridge and having no relationship at all. It's like, hey, that's my dad. He's here to help me. He wants to see me succeed in life.
Are you guys heading out to a job right now, or?
So I have a job on the books today that we're gonna be doing, weather permitting. The lady that we're doing it for, the story behind it is her father built the house in 1975, but her husband passed away recently. And I told her that the dream that her and her husband had, we're gonna continue that by doing the work that we're doing today. We sell dreams.
Exactly.
And make them come true. So that's extra hours that I'll work if they call me and like, hey, we need to go ahead and get this taken care of as soon as possible. It's just like, all right, I'll be out there. It might be 8 o'clock that I'm working to and setting things up. So we do have a job on the books for today, weather permitting, because I don't want to be 70 feet in a pine tree with 40-mile-per-hour winds.
Oh yeah, you got the big truck coming in from California.
Yes, I have to go pick that up. So I was looking at them, I was just like, $3,900 a month, I got that.
If we ain't had no money, we wouldn't be having that Bobcat in the front yard right now.
Just throwing money at problems, but not addressing the top line problem. I was like, wait, there's a lot of things I'm probably missing within that payment. We need to get this addressed, and then the rest of these kind of trickle down. And then I'm just continuing to research that unit, and I seen one come up online, and it was only only 120,000.
Yeah.
It is the biggest purchase that I'm making.
Yeah.
But for the efficiency things of it, it's just like, can't beat it. I get a lot of the drive and work that I do from my dad, and I appreciate that. I learned a lot. That tree, within an hour, I could have that down, but never even get into the tree. I'm just operating remote control. But it's hard for me to shut off at times because my mind's still, there's stuff that needs to be done. It's not fair to the people that are around me, and I recognize that. I talk to my friends and it gets lonely because they're just like, all you talk about is business. It's like, because I'm going through it right now. I do go to counseling, and my counselor's just like, are we gonna talk about anything other than like things you're going through in the business? I was just like, I don't know, you're just somebody that would listen to me, you know?
Now the big bottleneck I see is the fact that you're the only person that can actually be in the tree cutting right now.
Yes.
When you have the $120,000 piece of equipment, can someone else operate that?
Yes. With me buying my time back, I want to be able to give my time back to other people that do care about me. Because I can be in a group setting with people and I'm focused on the business. I would have to get them nicer certified. I would have to go take that course as well. But with the crane, it's safer. Some people have cut themselves cutting it and then it swings into them. Now they got a big gap. I got a scar right here.
So by having the piece of equipment, do you think, okay, you'll probably still have to be on the site for each cutting job, but you'll be able to double your output?
Correct.
Okay, got it. And how far are you booked out right now?
Honestly, I can knock out everything that I have in a week.
Got it, so you're about a week booked out.
Yeah.
So for this year, 600,000 is kind of the goal in terms of revenue. That I'm assuming is you just maxed out, because you're gonna have to be at every single job.
Yeah, so currently that would be maxed out.
I know if we're making money by the amount of work that we're getting, and if we're buying equipment, ring equipment, you know.
We've gotten more efficient, but I've also started to push harder because last year I was kind of laid back. Hey, we did this. Look, we worked till 12 o'clock. Here's the full day's pay.
When I first started, everything was kind of good. I mean, we had jobs here and there. It wasn't as busy as it is now. Like back then, like I said, it was like a lot much slower. So we was able to have like time to go take breaks or take lunches and things like that.
I felt good about that because it's like I want to take care of my workers.
But then as business started to increase, we kind of like had like stopped having much break times and lunches, and it'll make it a bit difficult, especially during like the summertime.
But at the end, now I'm seeing that, hey, my expenses are way greater than just being able to give y'all a full day's pay for half a day's labor. And so that's tough at times because I want to push, because it's the owner mentality. At the end of the week, I gotta have checks coming in so I can make payroll.
The owner's mentality that Cody is talking about is very difficult to get employees to use that same mindset. However, if you even want to consider the idea that an employee is going to operate at your level of efficiency and care for the business, you'll have to do two things. One, they'll have to be compensated like an owner, which means the harder they work, the more money they make. It's what we call P for P, pay for performance, where they get a percentage of all the labor revenue they earn for the business.
I just want to be able to pay my guys for the time that they do see they have a job with me, or whether they see it as a job or career. Like, I want them to show up to work and enjoy it. I don't want them to dread the work that we do. It's very rewarding to me, but I don't know if they feel the same way with that.
Secondly, if you want them to operate like an owner and be efficient, etc., is you need them to have the information of an owner. And that comes in the form of open book management, where you share all of the numbers. And in this case, Cody could share all the profits, all of the losses. He could show all the expenses and really them understand just how bad the situation is for the business.
I want them to show up to be like, you know what, I'm coming here, I enjoy the company that I work for, and when I go home, I know that I'm able to take care and provide for my family.
My concern is that we are basically buying this brand new truck that's gonna allow us to like probably double efficiency.
Yeah.
Great, but we don't have enough leads to actually keep that thing busy. Because right now we're only booked out like a week.
Yeah.
Like, so like do we have a plan in place to get more leads and get more work sold to be able to keep this thing busy?
Over 6 or 7 months, only had like 130 leads come in. I was just like,
And I assume those aren't high quality leads.
yes.
When it comes to marketing, you can understand it by thinking of it like a funnel. So you have cost per click,
How much do I have to spend on marketing into Facebook or Google or whatever in order to get one click?
and then some of those are gonna convert into leads.
How many clicks do I need to spend on before I get one lead?
That's your cost per lead. And then you're gonna have a close ratio. A percentage of those leads are gonna convert into customers.
Customer acquisition
At
cost.
the bottom of the funnel, I have the cost that I have to pay, the amount of money I have to spend to get one new customer.
We have filters inside of the funnel. Your conversion rate. There's another one, your close ratio. This is what percentage of your leads become paying customers.
Now the problem with this is that not all customers are created equal. If they're not good paying customers that are doing the type of projects that you want and the size of projects that you need to run a sustainable business, it's still not a good deal.
I'm gonna have him go set up and start cutting, and then we'll join them.
Cool. Yeah, get them rolling, do your thing. Don't let us get in your way, and then we'll jump into it.
Cool deal. And that's Jennifer.
Sir, what's the plan? He's so terrified. He's like so terrified.
Why?
Because he's he's like a millionaire. He's like terrifying.
He's here to help the business. Jennifer's worried if she's gonna be mean to us. This is the thing that's been challenging to me. We're at break even right now. To today, we're at 146,000 in expenses and around 156,000 in sales. I don't see any of that because as soon as I get it, I got a credit card bill because my marketing last year was $2,500 a month. Spending up to $5,000 to $6,000 per month. And every dollar that I've made, I've spent it. But that doesn't even cover the money that I've taken out to cover expenses. So it's not necessarily return earnings at that point. It's just like, all right, I'm just trying to keep the business alive. It gets pretty scary whenever that closing date. There was one night where I was just freaking out. I paid like $15,000 on it that month already, and I still had a $3,300 balance. That day that I was about to get interest collected on, I had a check that would have covered it, but didn't clear yet. So I was just like, all right, hit send, they're gonna get their payment. And if it goes through, and I woke up the next morning, I had like $10,000 in my bank account. So it paid off that time, but it's not a good feeling. So I have to try figuring out, all right, if the leads are coming in, how do we close them?
Our sales lady, Miss Jennifer, she's still learning, and so I think like sooner or later she'll get better at it.
Could I also interview you?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the best boss I've ever had. I've been in sales my whole life.
So in October, I had the decision to either hire sales or someone to replace me.
I've been in sales my whole life, and I come from a sales marketing background. My father is an entrepreneur. I've owned sold companies.
And then there has been the pickup to where this is our best quarter we've ever had, but my expenses are like, hey, we're right here. We're number one too.
Well, yeah, we earned $100,000, but we spent $102,000.
I look at it and I was just like, dang, the same amount I put out is the same amount we made, and it cost me $1,300 a day if I work or not with how the business is being run. It's just like, that's scary.
So you found someone to do basically the sales side. Your hope was that they'd fill your schedule during the winter.
Correct.
Sounds like you paid just as much in wages to them as they bring in sales.
Yes.
As a rule of thumb, I typically want my salesperson to be bringing in new business of at least 10 times what I have to pay them. Why? Because they are straight expense. If I pay them $50,000 for their whole year's worth of wages, I need to probably make $250,000 of revenue just to cover their wages, assuming I'm like, say, 20% profitable. And so if they're not making at least 10 times, like $500,000 in revenue for the business, what's the point of having them around?
I would have applied at the beginning of the year, but I was just like, we're doing good, we're rocking, we're rolling, and I was just like, maybe we're not. Maybe I don't have it all figured out. Maybe I should submit that video. And so it was just one of those moments where I was like, all right, I don't have it all together. I don't know everything. Let me humble myself. I'll submit the video, and if it gets accepted, it gets accepted.
He's like my idol. I sent a video. He's coming to film us, and I said, what? What do you mean? I said, what? He's like so excited. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, exactly, what does that mean?
So that salesperson, were they really just going to the leads that were coming in and doing this process?
I was kind of in the mentality, it's just like with the expectation I'm hiring someone in sales, they're gonna know it. She has...
Because their job description says it, so they must know how.
Yeah, so with that, she has experience in outdoor sales or home service sales.
It's one of those things where, like you're saying, like she's new to it, so she's still trying to figure out like the pricing. Every now and again, we'll have jobs where she kind of underbids a little bit, and so she's still trying to like figure out what's like that healthy medium, you know?
I will admit it's a lot harder to train somebody with the knowledge that I have, knowledge and experience that I have, to look at this tree, come up with a number with that, and then expect them to do the same. So that was a lot harder. How I see sales is the heart of the business. You don't make money cutting trees, you make money doing sales.
Right.
At the point of sale is when you make your money.
I really would love to get his advice. So, I've been in sales since I was 18, and I'm 51. I'm just of a different generation.
Her pay is a salary per week. I give her a weekly vehicle allowance for using her vehicle. And then it was initially started off at 6% gross sales.
That she brings in?
No, for the leads, even the leads that I would be paying for.
Cody's giving Jennifer a 6% commission of top line revenue on all sales that she gets. I'm not a huge fan of this because if I just give a salesperson a percentage of top line revenue, they are incentivized to make sure that that revenue is profitable. They're just incentivized to close the deal. But it doesn't even sound like that's happening right now.
We're paying probably 12 to 15% of revenue going out to an admin person.
About a quarter.
25%?
I think so.
25% of revenue is going to the
sales, yeah.
Well, there's all your profit.
25% of his revenue is going to Jennifer, who doesn't seem to be doing a lot in terms of sales, and he is somehow able to take that role on himself. He'd immediately be making 25% profit in the business.
And then after that sit down from October to January or February, it was like, hey, this is what I paid you and this is what we sold.
Because it was like 13,000 sold, 12,000 is what it cost you.
Yeah.
So why do we still have a salesperson?
That is a good question.
I'm so happy here. I mean, Cody is like, this is like the best thing he's ever done for the shop. Like, we value the coaching, we value anything we do. It's one of the best bars I've ever had.
And that's the tough part. I think Jennifer is an amazing person. I love her personality. I love how she connects and talks to customers.
It's been 6 months. It's been 6 months.
Yeah.
Like you're being nice, which is great.
Yeah.
But like, what's right for the business, sometimes you just have to bite that bullet. That'll be a tough conversation.
Yeah.
But like, that's what's gonna be needed. Like, we can only be nice for so long before everyone loses their job.
The hard conversations that might have to come up from, all right, if I have to let somebody go, like, how do I bring that up? How do I implement that? Because I want people to stay with me, but truth is, yeah, I can't afford it.
If we can remove revenue going out the door to a salesperson that isn't like even earning to cover their wages, and then use that $4,000 or $5,000 a month to go get a truck that's gonna buy back your time by probably double.
And that,
because that sales position is like, that is the bottleneck to all of your revenue. Like, all your revenue has to come through that person. So if their close ratio is 30% and you hop in there and all of a sudden now you have more accurate estimates and your close ratio jumps to 60%, you just doubled your business. But when we're talking about like potentially damaging someone's house and taking out power lines, like, you're the one that needs to be doing that.
In my team meeting, I told the crew, I was like, hey, they're coming out here to help the business. We don't want to be another statistic of a small business that failed. So to honor their time that they came here, whatever recommendations they give, like, I'm gonna take care of that.
You can use me as the scapegoat even. And then
that's what I've been waiting for, because people have been asking. Yeah, my dad's like, I think you need to do sales for yourself. I vent to people because it is something that weighs on me. And after a while, people are just like, I don't want to hear about it anymore.
So this is what you do. You're gonna be the good cop, I'm the bad cop. You're gonna say, look, I love you as a person. I want to see you succeed. I want to make sure this works. I want to make sure you're paid. I want to take care of you. Here's the numbers. Like, we are doing poorly. We cannot afford this. Something's got to change. And Mike said, go ahead. If you need, go ahead.
Hello?
Hi, is this Cody?
Yes, this is he.
So I was just calling because we had 2 orders. They were placed 2 days apart, pretty much identical.
What happened was whoever my sales rep was told me that the canopy's on back order, and so they sent the list again, and then I was like, yes, that's what I need. And so I guess that's the discrepancy.
If you can, just make sure you check the order numbers next time, because they actually had 2 different orders and you approved both. But just next time, if you could, just in case we don't catch it, there would be a restocking fee, and you'd have to send it back.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye. Like, I deal with stuff like that.
Case in
while in
point,
the tree.
he really feels like this is serving for other people, but like ultimately he needs to serve himself kind of thing. And I think he's coming to that realization, like you can't just keep giving and giving and giving until you have nothing.
It just comes down to a standpoint of pricing wise, I can't afford this position.
I have a feeling you'll double your revenue just by you taking it over, because you'll go from 30% close rate to 60% close rate, because you know all about these trees and can talk the lingo, and you know how to sell them, and you know how much you can give and how much you can take, and your confidence level is 10x someone that has never done it. They've never been in the tree.
This is why having systems and procedures are so important, because if you're going to grow the business, you'll need to delegate tasks. But if you delegate tasks without having systems in place, someone might take 5 or 10 times longer to do what you would normally do and do a horrible job. And if that's the case, you might as well just do it yourself. Unless someone can do at least 80% efficiency compared to you, you probably should just do the work yourself.
I think my biggest struggle right now would be getting myself back into the sales position, but allowing extending grace to somebody, but then it just comes down to a point of like, all right, it's just not working for the business.
Like, I think it's a matter of there's several steps. First off, it's reduce costs by cutting out that position completely. That extra savings is going to allow us to buy a truck that is going to double your output. That doubling of output will allow you to fill that role of sales without any problem. And then maybe you spend a quarter of what you're spending on that currently, just get the admin taken care of. Have an answering service, have someone part-time that just checks your email and answers the phone. Just get the admin side off your plate, but you still are doing the sales. Now you're all of a sudden going to sell twice as many of jobs and be able to fill the backlog of work, because your close ratio, I bet, will go from 30 to 60%.
Off camera, I think she heard our conversation.
How's it going?
Hi,
Sorry.
I just wanted to introduce myself.
Yeah, absolutely. No, thank
This
you.
means so much to our company.
No, I appreciate your
I'm
help.
Jennifer. I'm here to make commissions, and I'm not making commissions. It's too little. I mean, I'm used to making 45, 65, 95 grand a year. I mean, I'm 51, but I'm good at sales. For what? It's $600. That's too much. Are you kidding me? So I'm nickel and diming these people, and it's killing me. I wanted to start off at $600 a week, but I thought I would be making, $1,600 a week at this time, and I'm not. I'm not going to make commission on a $1,200 palm tree.
Right.
I need to make commissions on a $6,000 job or $8,000 job or a big job.
When I look at the financials, it is in a bad spot, right? And ultimately, Cody's comes from the perspective I want everyone here to do well. He really is trying to take care of everyone. But if the business is bleeding money and we don't have money,
absolutely, I agree. I've owned businesses, I've sold businesses. I know. That's why I'm like, I've got the business sense.
So then I would do is play to your strengths. If you know that's your strength, and right now you feel like you're chasing garbage leads that don't accept, what if you did this? And you proposed to him, hey, my salary, I'm willing to do all the admin stuff. I'll take that off your plate. Anything that I bring in personally, not the ads, you can handle the ads if you want, they're trash leads. You handle that. Any work I bring in, I want this cut. Now you bring in a lot of value because you're saving the ad spend. If you bring in the leads, we already know together that he's paying $5 grand a month to bring in leads. So if you can replace that, you become very valuable to the business.
You take the sales, she handles admin and lead generation.
Yeah.
Right? And if she's not going to be able to make any more than $28,000 because she can't bring in leads, she'll leave on her own.
Yeah.
You won't have to fire her.
Gotcha.
And then you then have time, instead of running after all these tiny little garbage leads, you call up property managers that have 50 properties they're managing. Then I would just be like, hey, you take the garbage leads, I'm not gonna take them anymore. I'll do all the admin so that we can pay the bills. And then I wanna cut higher cut, 10% of whatever else I bring in, whatever that number is. Because now he doesn't have to pay for the ad, so he can afford it. And your strength is the bigger contracts, the property managers, the people that are gonna come with you with $100,000 of work a year, not $1,500.
I think you'll double your close ratio just by you taking on sales.
Okay.
And then it's then you're going to double the business.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why that part we didn't really talk about, because I think just you taking on sales, the close ratio is abysmal. She showed me that.
Yeah, it's
Like 20%, 30% maybe.
just hard. Yeah, it's just hard, man.
Like the thing I find is both of you are super nice and you're looking out for everyone else, but you gotta look out for yourself.
Yeah,
You gotta make more money. And if the way to make more money is like, hey, I'm gonna have my base, I'll take care of the admin, but then I'm gonna go sell what I think is right. And then you can tell him, convince him, like, don't spend the $5,000 in ads. Give that to me when I go get a bunch of jobs and ask for 10%.
She can drive every single lead and be like, I will give you 10% of whatever lead you bring to me.
Yeah.
Because we're paying a whole lot more than that right now to Facebook and Google.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then if she fails, she will leave herself and she knows she didn't. She wants to help the business, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I think like her strength is not selling. It is lead generation. And that's at least what she believes her skills are. So let her do that.
Yeah.
And then go from there.
We know he's spending $5,000 a month on bringing in leads.
That is so much
So if
money.
you can just replace that,
That's so much money.
just replace that though, right? Like if you can bring in $50,000 a month in new work and you're getting 10%, that $5,000 just came to you. And it's not generating $50,000 a month right now in revenue. Those
I
leads.
have enough leads in my network with construction, with hotels, with Airbnb, with real estate, just people I know. I mean, I'm older. I've got contacts. I have people.
Just put it all on her. She becomes lead generation, not sales. You're sales. She's lead generation and admin. And then you let her die on her own sword. If she crushes it, we're happy because we don't have to spend money to do on Facebook and we give her the money and she's happy. And if she doesn't do well, she'll just leave on her own.
Gotcha.
I'd make more money if I went door to door.
Oh, 100%. I agree with the same thing.
Door to door,
Like we do door to door too, like
hey.
with just lawn care. And like I know
I
you can
mean,
sell.
I know people in my neighborhood. I can say, hey, I live 2 blocks from here. What you got? What's up with that tree?
Like look at this thing. This
Like,
thing needs to be
hey,
cut off. Like come on now.
I don't feel comfortable just dropping all leads coming in because
No, don't do it until she's bringing more leads.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna take these leads that are coming in now, have a better close ratio on them, and actually make them worth something.
Okay.
She is going to be like admin, and then go do lead generation.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be nice and be like, I will still pay the $28,000 base, but I need all the admin done
Yeah.
pronto. Because you're gonna spend that anyways if you get someone part time.
Yeah.
Right, 28. So like, great. But then the other 3 hours of the day, she's like, I can door knock. Great, let's see it.
So what I see is there's a disconnected communication because he's thinking he's doing his best to keep you busy and he wants to provide for you. He wants you to make more money. That's how he's thinking. You're thinking, I want to get more money for the business. I know it's struggling. I want to help him.
Yeah.
There's a miscommunication of the fact though that you focusing on something different in terms of sales will bring the business more money and make you more money.
Yeah.
We make more money. Like, God forbid, we make profit in this business.
Just have that conversation with him. Just say exactly what you're saying to me, to him. Like, I know I can make you more money if I go out and do the leads. And he's trying to protect you and you're trying to protect him. At the same time, we are neglecting the thing that's actually gonna help both of you, which is go after the right type of customer. The thing that you're gonna be really good at selling, don't worry about giving him the price on the tree. Just get the job and get him on the site.
Yeah, I want to make money.
Yeah.
I want to make money.
100%.
I want to make Cody money. I want the company to grow.
Yeah.
I like it.
So, let's go.
Awesome.
Good stuff. Thanks, Jennifer.
I'm so frightened of you.
No, don't be that way. Are you
I'm
kidding me?
terrified. I'm terrified.
Hey, you're the one person I'm taller than. Can I get a hug? You'll do great. Great job.
Oh my God, I'm so terrified
Absolutely.
of you. I was like,
No, you're good. You're
I
good.
didn't even sleep last night.
Dude, I was willing to pay that $1,400 for an hour with you.
Hey, we came out with $10. We had to come out and take a shower with with beach towels and everything.
Yeah. Since the turnaround, a lot of my time's been traveling. I had left to go to California to pick up that truck. Flew in there, got there Thursday, and from Thursday to Monday morning was spent driving back. That was a lot, like 35 hours. So it was fun. As soon as I got back, put the truck to work. We had some thunderstorms roll in, pulling houses off of trees, but people are pulling trees off of houses. In one day I did like 10 bids and 4 jobs, so that was good from a perspective of money wise. Some of them were insurance claims that we have to deal with insurance, so it might be December before I get paid, but it'd be nice to have that. Friday I have an event for a hurricane preparation thing, so I'll be able to have a booth set up, made some flyers to hand out, and this is with like the Home Builders Association. So I'm not, out of 500 companies, I'm the only tree service in there, and so I'm looking forward to that. I believe that'd be great networking for me. I'm trying to reduce my overall amount I'm spending. The amount of money I'd be saving between letting go Jennifer, CJ, transitioning out, getting another job, reducing my marketing down, getting rid of one of the coaches I had, it comes up to be about $12,000 a month, even with the addition of the new truck that I got. So I was just like, that's a lot of money in my pocket. She never brought up the conversation that her and Mike had, and I didn't believe she would. She's like, I had 3 people tell me I was a office assistant. I'm not an office assistant. I'm a salesperson. I just considered with Mike, the conversation Mike and I had, and from there, I was just like, all right. I kind of made up my mind rather than put her in office admin because she clearly communicated that's not what she wants to do. I was just like, all right, I'd rather let her go, because another perspective I had is if I put her in office admin, as soon as I feel pressured that I'm not able to make something, I'm going to send her to go run an estimate for me or place a bid on the job and then just get back into that rhythm of, oh, you're doing your old role again. So I'd rather be a clean break and just like, hey, I'll figure it out from here. About a week after that, I had sat down with her. I was just like, hey, I said, before Mike and the team came here, I told y'all that I would be following through with whatever advice they gave me, just because I don't want to waste my time. I said, to simply put it, I can't afford a salesperson right now. And I just kind of laid it out like that. I said, here, this is what I have for you, kind of as a severance package. So I made sure she's taken care of throughout the rest of the month, and then from there, it was a little rocky. She initially took it okay. She was just like, I'm thankful for the opportunity to work here. I really love working here. Really loved working here. I love the job, the people. She kind of, to what she described was, I feel like a failure. I said, well, no, it's not that. I said, I just can't afford this position. And I said, I do appreciate all the hard work you put in to get the business to where it's at now. I said, I'm just not at that place where I can afford this. And I showed her the numbers. I said, the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. Thank you. And so it was tough. And then following up with that, it was tough for me because I recognized the reason why I went that route, because of everything at the end of the day, having to do sales, operation, admin, all of that just fall back onto you. And it's just like, man, I'm tired. First 2 days, I was like, oh, this is awesome. I love collecting deposits and doing sales. Then it's just like, I hate answering the phone while driving. I hate answering the phone while I'm on a job site. So from there, it's just like, all right, I had to turn my leads down because a lot of my solutions that I would come up with would be just throw more money at it. Let's just throw more money at it. If she wasn't closing because she thought she wasn't getting enough leads or quality leads, okay, let's double the budget. And so April, we spent like $8,000 in ads, had 92 leads come in, only 30 appointments booked. So I feel like that was a little low. And then on those 30 appointments booked, there were only 7 sales, but 4 of them my name was on. So it's just like, that hurts. Like, okay, that's justification in and of itself that something's not working, and I gotta have to let you go. So yeah, I'm just in a place of trying to figure things out. First day, my girlfriend was just like, hey, be present. We're at dinner and you're answering the phone, calling people. And I was just like, hey, like, I need that reminder sometimes, because my mindset is nobody else is going to solve these problems but me. And that, I said, that's the hard thing about a business, being a business owner.